Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the S-Team Podcast. I'm Jack Millington, and joining me this week, as usual, as ever, is Mikey Keating. What's too bad, thanks, how are you? Mister, I'm late by an hour.
Mister, I'm late by an hour but still managed to get here before you probably getting your ass out of bed and shit.
Still up at 11. Still woke up.
Still didn't get out of bed though.
I'd have got out of bed if you'd have been here. You're sitting there
Turn your fucking phone on then.
Get yourself out of bed then.
Yeah, I'm overworking in the pay, as you could say. That sort of thing.
Yeah, well, I'm docking your pay for this week for me.
I'll fucking dock your fucking thing.
That's like, I'm sorry, but you don't have access to the company accounts.
Yes, there's 2 bombs you lose.
Yeah, you were saying, Mike.
Yeah.
But,
can I have my bombs back?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's not much in terms of main news this week, but we've got a lot of gaming news that I wanted to talk about later on.
Sports,
There's something I want to talk about in the future as well.
Zach's going to become the
There's
next.
a really tiny, brief point I want to make about politics, about who's running for election next year, but it's going to be dead brief.
Me and politics.
We're going to start with a gas canister, actually. Yeah, this is...
A gas canister.
Well, we're not having stuff for 2 months, so doing the podcast now. And, she just speaks when she wants to speak. Genuinely don't understand. The first story that we've got is that robbers. We know robbers, don't we? Like,
Yeah.
we know robbers personally. Well, I know I do, but
I know. Fair, everyone knows everyone, sort of thing. All in the line, everyone.
Well, yeah. And
Someone knows that, someone knows this, someone knows that.
I ain't on ones I've ever had in my life. But while Mikey dies in the corner, it's quite the first football recording. Our gas robbers have managed to be able to blow up a cash machine in Bolton by using a gas canister. Now, we've spoke about people nicking from ATMs and cash machines before, especially the one in Birkenhead. What happened when they're in the house next door to the post office and they got drilled through the wall and just took it out. But this time, the fact that they used a genuine, just normal gas canister, it wasn't full of like, illegal toxins and stuff like that, mate. No, it was just genuinely just a gas canister. He just shot it, blew it up, and the whole flipping ATM just slid out. And yeah, stuck nearby as the supermarket, Hillview Road, Ashley Bridge. Whoever's living in Ashley Bridge on Hillview Road, be ashamed of yourself for not spotting them and getting some money with them to get your chance. Heard a loud bang at about 4:20 in the morning and saw 4 men driving off. Strange one, to be honest, because no one's actually going to be bothered to catch the guy, because all we've been able to get is a blue Audi A4 estate. Now, question.
How many
in Bolton, in the Midlands, how many people
own a
blue Audi A4 estate? They've done the exact right thing, bought a car that no one can recognise.
Which actually shows people buying Toyota. Everyone's going to recognise the Toyota. Oh, is that one over there?
I genuinely think that the best car in the world to try and buy as a getaway car would be a Ford Focus, because there's so many of them.
Or Transit.
Yeah, I suppose.
Over the 80s and 70s, they were the most
Well, the problem with
huge fan in bank robberies.
95% of all robberies were committed with the Ford Transit. I know people taking the car to them and stuff, but it's just like, yeah, the best fan in the world, so...
Fuck you, Vito.
Well, they got away with all the cash and they're pretty much away now, so, police might as well just call it game over and just try and put an ATM in there.
Go back to your fucking pet line.
Let's go get some donuts.
Yeah.
The quick, brief mention I was going to make about politics, I'm going to do it now. You remember Alex Salmon, don't you?
Yeah.
Scottish National Party. Standing for Westminster next year. Yep, you heard that right. I'm just going to open up that tab actually. I can't remember. I definitely know for the fact it's not the SNP, but...
Right. Oh, what did it do it then?
It says for his party's nomination, but I don't know what party it is.
Well,
Constituency of Aberdeenshire East.
yeah, that'll be SNP.
No.
Labour?
No, that's the name of the constituency.
No, it's only party, though.
In the Gordon constituency. What's that about? I really don't know. No, it doesn't say. Honestly, it does not state it or anything. For no reason. I could Google it, but it's such a meaningful little thing that
Well, in fact, wasn't any green stupid one.
no, because it's not like he's going for a party trying to get everyone in. Whatever party he's using, he could always rely on the SNP to back him up. But just thought I'd mention that because he probably will win down there. He'll probably get in until he realises that he's Scottish. And if you remember well, people, that the English don't like the Scottish, and the Scottish don't like the English.
And the Welsh just sit on the side of the Irish.
Well, to be fair to Northern Ireland, they're not even sat on the sideline. They don't even do anything, which I'm kind of glad about.
They just stay out the way.
They stay exactly out the way where they want to be, and do what they want. They've got their own problems with Ireland anyway, so. And that's true, they have. Now, I'm going to conduct the most important survey in British history. Actually, no, sorry, the most important survey in British history has been recorded, and it says women in Europe are better educated than men. Now, this survey took about 6 months to do. Although you could have just went back through the history books for about 500 years and found out that that's been the case for the last 500 years. In office jobs, people, women are probably the best workers in round. You put a man. Let me put it to you this way. Jimmy. Jimmy's a guy, an average, normal working guy. And you put him up
Watches
against...
the game every Saturday.
Yeah, watches the game.
Goes out for a few beverages with the lads.
Yeah, exactly. Rosie, hard-working girl. Does everything tip-top. She goes at home, she sits at home and she relaxes. If you want to pick between two of them, I guarantee most people would pick the man. In fact, virtually most employees would pick the man. And that's a fact, they would. Now, this Rosie woman here gets offended. Because you would, if you found out that you lost it because of your gender. And apparently, and I'm genuinely, this is the pay gap in Europe between the difference. It ranges from about 79 quid for like the most basic jobs. So let's say working on a shelf in a Asda or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
To €700 a month, which I'm trying to figure out with my head what that
That's the
is.
most what you usually think about.
No, 560, yeah. 560 euro. So 560 quid a month to 70 quid a month as because of gender pay gap. Now, I'm all for equal pay. And I'm all for, you know, gender equality and stuff like that. But why the hell does a study have to go and say women in Europe are better educated and work harder than men, but they're paid substantially less? Now, there are some jobs out there that women can't do and men can't do, I'd say.
So where's the equality in that?
Well...
No.
No, I mean, genuinely there are things that women can do a lot better than men.
Mm.
And that's not to do with
That
equality.
women can do not as good as men?
Yeah, no. But when it comes to same normal type of jobs, they should be getting equal pay.
Mm.
I just find it baffling the fact that they had to do a study into this for a problem that's been around for, let's say, the dawn of time. Because it should be obvious that. In fact, some people would go on record and say that women should be the superior species. That is technically the case in some states. Well, it was. Like the Amazoness tribe and everything like that, men were inferior. But I just don't. it's like women are genuinely trying to battle in a men's world. That's true. I think it's true. I think it's baffling, and because Mikey's so good at these sort of things, he hasn't said anything, so clearly he's bustling with ideas, but really he's sitting there going, I'll just sweat off through this because he knows what he's doing, like.
Oh, God. Go on.
I don't know.
What do you want to say? I'm mixed.
Go on then, why are you mixed?
Oh, I don't know, like, understandably there's some jobs women can't do.
Which...
Like, our forces, like, fight with, like, no, do this though. Like, we'll say not only last year, they allowed women onto submarines.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
But then again, I don't understand why.
Like back in the olden days, you used to call ships after women, because it was known as bad luck if you had a woman on board a ship. You ever watched on Pirates of the Caribbean? It's like, oh, there's a ghost of a woman on the ship, it should be brought to say, and all this.
Yeah.
It's because they believe, you know, it was always bad. The only time you have a woman on board ship is if you're in port.
Exactly.
Never when you're at sea.
But in terms of men versus women, which is essentially what this is.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying that's the past thing. I'm not bothered now. It's a mixed thing. Which, you know, I see that as right. But you can't. That's the thing. You see all these, this whole equality shit, and just why can't everyone just get paid the same fucking thing?
I don't know.
And they, like.
Alright, let me put it to you this way, and this works in both ways. If you had, who would you feel more comfortable with, a female dentist or a man dentist, or a male dentist, rather?
I would say female.
Who would you feel more if you had a doctor?
Male.
Oh, you're against the book then, aren't you?
No, I'm not. It's just
No, no. But genuinely, most people would go with the opposite.
That's generally because my doctor's a man. My dentist always be women.
Okay, I've always had male doctors and male dentists, but I'd rather have a woman do it because they've got a bit more of a better touch.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I know.
that's a very personal sort of thing.
No,
It's one of them. Like, it's because I'm used to that sort of thing. It's that you got that sort of, oh, okay, such is doing it. I'll be alright.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
This is what we're going to be doing in a bit, but carry on.
And then your view is that...
Keep going, you please.
Yeah, but it's what it is. I thought it's just, if you get used to sort of...
I'm going to move it on because Mikey's just flapping now.
Look at it this way, if you get used to driving a car a certain way, the minute you change it, it won't drive the same. It won't feel the same.
Mikey evidently being the man to be able to confirm this.
No, but you know what I mean? No. I can't, you know me, I can't explain. When it comes to my explanations.
Actually, you know what? I just want to make a quick mention about something.
Oh God.
And there's a video on YouTube, people go and search for this. And it's about is this the worst driver ever? Now, I'm sorry to say for any women that are out there, it is a woman. And
we're not against any, gender on the S-teams.
We're not against gender, no. We're not against gender, but...
No, any race or anything like that,
No, but genuinely, women, you're being let down by this person because average car park space, reasonably big to get out of. Let's not include underground cars, let's say open top ground.
Okay, decent size,
decent size.
The average, yeah.
Let's say Lidl's car park all the way down there.
What face?
About that size.
Okay.
Now, this woman's driving a reasonably sized car. Right?
Say what?
It's a 4x4, but it's reasonably sized. It's not like the big excessive range.
Like a RAV4 sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember watching the video, but I can't remember
it's like a big.
I know what the RAV4 is.
It's like a mini on big.
Is it bigger than that?
No, the old style minis. If you get that sort of shape.
Yeah.
But anyway,
this woman took 5 minutes trying to get out of this car parking space. And I'm not being funny, but she hit 6 cars on the way trying to get out of the car park space. She hit some cars at quite some speed. And then she drove straight into other cars at some speed and was still trying to get out of the car park space. 5 minutes later, by some pure miracle, and don't ask me how, she crashes into the car, bounces off it, gets to the straight line and drives out the car park. Now, I'll put a link in the description for that, people, but genuinely, I can only explain it because watching it is like, you know, you see a baby giraffe fall over and it's trying to get up, and you kind of feel sorry for it.
But you think it's funny, so
But
you take a video of it instead.
You take a video of it. Yeah, this is how I felt. I felt sorry for the car, not for her. The car's going meh, 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 meh. Oh, it's like crying its eyes out because it keeps getting smacked into. And this, I think it's in Canada as well, of all places.
Canada's a nice place.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Canada, which hasn't even been in the news for flipping ages. Well, not really.
Speaking of just had it in my fucking head as well. Speaking of weird things to do with shops and stuff, right? In Germany yesterday, well, not yesterday, it happened yesterday. There was like a video that went viral yesterday. I don't know if other people might have watched it. But basically, a shop, we were surfing people. They started doing the Jingle Bell song on the counters, like all the attendants. It was really good as well. I was like, wow. They get that lad at the end, like.
There's a couple of funny things as well. Like, there was a sad bit of news yesterday when the oldest two-faced cat in the world died, Frank and Louie. It's got its invent. If no one's ever seen it, just search Frank and Louie, and it's this cat. Genuinely is two-faced. Got 3 eyes, 2 mouths, 2 noses, attached to what? It's an amazing thing how it survived for 15 years, and then sadly it struggled with cancer, and cancer gripped it in the end. But you look at the cat, and you can genuinely, you look at it one side, and then you look at the other, you're like, it looks adorable little thing. And you see the eye in the middle, you're like, aww. You just feel sorry for the cat because it's like massive stretched eye, but it's so baffling to see something like that. It's like when you get Siamese twins and stuff like that. It just amazes me how something like that can happen.
What was the mum and dad of? The cat. Yeah, I know, I'm taking the piss.
No, but there's a lot of them around.
That's the thing, so what is a big thing though? Isn't it? Like good dogs and cats. Like all there's like all these
dogs and cats, flipping humans laughing about dogs and cats. We like dogs and cats, yay! Let's put them on the internet and make them famous. Is it now come to the point where evolution has got to a stage where we just can't get further than dogs and animals? Next we're going to be laughing at flipping mosquitoes flying into walls. Genuinely. And you know who would be the first one to watch it? You.
Oh, no. What have we got there now?
As we know people, we're proud to be British. We're British men living in Britain and British times with Britain things.
British tea.
British tea.
Stuff bought for British shop.
Well, it is a British supplier, so you know it's not too bad. But I'm going to give Mikey, and I've already done this myself, and I'll tell you my answer. Yeah.
It's like a quiz thing.
This is very British test.
I'm going to have a go at this.
And just to describe it, people, I better bring the mic in a bit so that you can hear the questions and everything. But are you suffering from severe undiagnosed Britishness? Are you beyond a cure, or are you only presenting the early stages? Take the very British test to find out just how bad things are.
Oh, right.
So, I'm going to note down your answers on my little notepad, and then we're going to see what you get, see how bad you are. So,
let me get comfortable, go on.
Mikey's going to get comfortable, so he's going to be painted like one of his French girls. So, question number... Oh, my God. That's not the question, by the way. Oh, my God. Someone bumps into you in the street. Do you A, shout, hey buddy, I'm walking here, fool? B, think nothing of it. After all, that's just part of the pavement battleground. Or C, Raise your palm and apologise while jumping into the road before going home to shout at the cat and weed the hell out of the garden.
The last one.
See, even though you're not a cat.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I'd do. Sorry. You know what I mean? And then I'll be...
Knowing you'd be like, you wouldn't do anything. No, you know what, you would do something. I'd go, see, actually, now that I think about it for you. You'll seem more logical. You go to make tea and discover that you're out of milk. Do you A, shrug, go to the cooler and grab a can of Pepsi instead? B, decide to have an espresso and a couple of biscotti, no big deal? Or C, desperately search around the kitchen for a milk alternative before remembering with great relief that you've still got some UHT which you stole from a chain? So that's C for Mike, and I can already say that straight away.
The fact that I didn't even have to answer that one, the thing that you ran out of milk, I was like, there's going to be one here that goes, run around the kitchen or something like that. Okay.
3. A stranger of the opposite sex gives you a suggestive glance in the bar. Do you A, smile, wink and ask the bartender to send over the bottle of Bollinger? B, roll up the sleeves of your shirt and kiss your biceps? Or C, try to smile but then back out of the smile midway, then pretend you have a facial twitch to cover up the attempted smile, by which point you've turned remarkably pink? That's C for Mike. People, I genuinely just know. 4.
This is a test for me.
Yeah, it's a test for you. I know what you're going to say.
Is this a test for me or a test for me? For you to answer for me?
No, I've already got my answers for my one. I remember what I picked, so. You're unhappy with your meal. It's bland, overcooked and full of unadvertised nuts, which could very well kill you. Do you A, grab the nearest waiter by the tailcoat and tell him you'll bust his arse unless you get a rare T-bone steak at the table in the next 30 seconds? B, say you're not fussed, you'll just make do with a carafe of Pinot Noir and a Gauloises. Or C, complain quietly to your dining companion and tell the waiter the food is perfect and feel quietly thankful you brought your EpiPen.
Last one.
You picked it.
No, I mean, don't want to be rude though, do you know what I mean? It's one of them.
That's right. No, I tell people if my food's on.
I've seen the fucking...
It's a bank holiday weekend and you have the Monday off work. Do you plan to load up the pickup, drive into the countryside, fish, swim in the lake, and tell horror stories about around the roaring fire? B, lie in bed, no this isn't you, but lie in bed all weekend having sex, writing poetry and eating pan of chocolate by the dozen? Or C, paint the spare room before drinking studiously at the local boozer, safe in the knowledge that Tuesday will never ever come?
I'll take the last one.
And you pick the C again?
Let's be fair, the sex one is...
It's not you. I'd actually pick that, you know.
Let's just say it's not in the department.
Someone is just pushed in front of you in a long queue. What's your reaction? A, what's the queue? B, what's a queue? C, feeling like you're about to faint with the silent rage pulsing through you, only noticeable by the throbbing vein in your forehead. So that's C. You're in a training session and are encouraged to say a bit about yourself. Do you start with how your grandparents met and go from there, ending with a monologue about how you still aren't in the right place to really know your emotional self? B, say nothing because you're not even in the training session because you like to sleep late on Tuesdays? Or C, say your name and job title then close your eyes until someone else starts speaking? I think I know what I'd pick for you, but
Well,
go on.
no, go on.
I think B because you wouldn't show up.
I'm actually stuck between B and the last one.
Yeah.
I'd say the last one more though, because you do like ice breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do it in college.
Icebreaker!
You'll ask to pull the fishy ice
Yeah.
breaker. I'd go in there, yeah, on my 93. And yeah. I like that. Just sit down. That's all you do. I'll just close my eyes. But then there's one that just didn't even tell me. We have both.
No.
So what's the one that's stuck between B and
B
D?
and C.
What B?
B. Okay. Great. 8. You're not feeling your best and decide to visit your doctor. What's the outcome? A, you leave with a prescription for Prozac, Xanax, Vicodin and Ritalin, as well as 10 sessions with an eminent psychiatrist. B, you're told that despite a lifelong diet consisting of meat, cheese and brandy, you seem to be in a top condition for a 92-year-old. Or C, You tell them you're absolutely fine, and there's no need for alarm, then leave and collapse in reception due to blood loss. I think I know what I picked for you.
I'd say C.
That was not what I was going to pick.
You were going to say B,
I
right?
was going to say B.
The one with the brandy meat.
Yeah, that sounds about right for you, to be honest. Because you eat all their rings. So.
I don't drink brandy. Because you can't eat it.
9. You've been told you haven't long to live. What do? A. Plan to get your memoir finished as soon as possible before visiting every member of your extended family and completing all 352 things on your bucket list. B. Nothing. You didn't plan to live beyond 30 anyway. C. Quietly say bugger, compare your lifespan to a cricket score and then decide to start drinking full fat milk before thinking better of it. I know what I picked for this.
I think I'd say... Well, where it says extended family, can you class that as mates, or does it have to be family?
If you want to put extended family as mates, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for A then, yeah.
I'll accept that. 10. Someone is sitting in your reserved train seat. Do you A. Pick them up and shove them into the luggage rack before finishing off their half-eaten sandwich? B. Sit next to them, get on like a house on fire and end up telling a story on your wedding day? Or C. Hover in the vestibule outside the toilet hoping another seat will become available somewhere between London and Edinburgh?
The last one.
I picked A for that. Although then again, I have not experienced B, but it has happened. Except I didn't get married. 11. You're in a new sandwich shop and there's an impatient queue forming. Do you A. Order your usual, which is a Philly cheese steak footlong on brown ranch dressing, hold the onions over the easy toasted Diet Coke, no ice, to go, and ask them to make it snappy? B. Ask for the special of the day or whatever they recommend. C. Panic and end up with a sweet corn, marmite and pickled egg crap, for which you managed to pay £11, then go to Marks and Spencer's. I know what I did in that one.
Go for the first one.
I went for A, that's what I did, that's what I do.
Fuck that, I'm all tuna and sweet corn instead of your steak and everything.
Oh, come on. And they're just like, make it extra. I genuinely would, I don't care. Number 12.
I personally do it if it was someone I annoyed me in school.
Someone is holding a...
If they were waiting behind me, you could tell they had like, you wanted to get some stuff from here, they had like 10 minutes to go back to work. I'll go, alright love, I want a foot long double steak with a bit of cheese on it. I need a shit ton of lettuce.
Number 12. Someone is holding a door for you from quite a distance. What's your response? A. Walk slowly and casually to the door and slip a few dollar bills in the stranger's top pocket as you pass through. B. Walk slowly and casually through the door without making eye contact. Or C. Yeah. Sprint to the door, laugh slightly, apologise, and then say after you.
Last one.
Yeah. I think everyone's done that at some point. Which of these most closely resembles your behaviour on the underground transport system? A. Trains, basically.
Yeah.
A. Shouting, hey, does anyone know how to get to Leicester Square? Across the carriage while rearranging your bum bag. B. Gesticulating wildly at the gentleman who just stepped on the flip-flops. Or C. Silently staring at the map on the carriage wall to make sure there's absolutely no chance of making eye contact with anyone.
The map.
Yeah. Which of these most resembles the contents of your kitchen cupboard? Squirty cheese, can of bread, kilogram bag of Doritos, Pop-Tarts and a crate of Mountain Dew. B. Empty, there's half a chia batter out on the wooden chopping board, but you eat everything else as soon as you buy it. Or C. 324 bags for life and a near empty bottle of HP sauce.
First one.
I think this is the last one. This is 15 and final one from Mikey Keating. Follow motorists lest you pull out in front of them. What's your response? A. I wouldn't notice them from high up in my truck. B. I wouldn't notice them because I haven't looked in my mirrors for about 7 years. Or C. Prank them with every flashy device my car has as if they've just donated me a kidney.
The last one.
Now, genuinely people, I'm not being serious.
No, sorry, it's the moment he tells me I'm a secret about.
Right, genuinely, Mikey, this is a most answers type quiz, and 11 of them were C. You had 1 B and 3 A's. Genuinely, that's it. So,
I'm British
how
then.
did you answer? Mostly C. We're afraid it's bad news.
Oh, yeah.
You're showing many symptoms of very British problems and you're doomed to a life of apology and repression. There's no cure and it doesn't wear off with time. Terribly sorry about that, old bean.
Yes!
My one, people, for those that... Because I did this by myself, but... Mine was A. I got a... You're confident, aggressive, you know what you want and you don't take guff from anyone. In fact, you're so far from British, you're positively American, and sure to enjoy a fulfilled life devoid of awkwardness. Devoid means lack of. Now, if anyone wants this book, and it's genuinely a brilliant book, and he's got himself on Twitter as well, so you can follow his Twitter account, which is so very British. But it's called the Very British Problems Book, and genuinely, it's not even a lie. I mean, let me just show you, say one of the very... Let me give you... I've gone through chapters so far. I've only gone through... Let me see. Just trying to find something there. Alright, yeah. This is something that everyone does. Running for the bus, missing it, and carrying on the run for a short while.
That's a very British thing, yeah. Like,
Alright,
so you go to France and stuff, they and then they walk off. You notice a British...
Keep running, that's only me.
Wait, do you expect the bus up? Sorry, old boy, get on.
Look at, there's another great thing, isn't it? Look at it as if you're practicing a solo waltz while trying to attempt to remove something from the back of your shoes.
Yeah, because you're like that, aren't you? Like, fucking hell. It's like when you got like a stone in there or something, you're like that, like trying to get it out.
Genuinely, people, this book is, I've not
Let's have a look.
I'm not going to, because I've got to get on with the rest of it, but it is a brilliant book, and I recommend anyone, if they want to laugh about it.
Where can you get this product from?
Amazon. You can pick it up for about a £5 on Amazon.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description for.
That was need to.
No, just put the link to where you got it, sort of
That's
thing.
not everyone wants it for.
A very British.
It's already sold out though. I managed to get mine just before Black Friday, so I managed to get away with it, but...
Okay.
Moving on swiftly. Now,
God.
genuinely because there wasn't that much weird news this week, I decided to turn my attention to Bond. James Bond. And people, if you didn't know already, Spectre, although that's not what it's officially called, because if you're going to say the name Spectre, you've got to do it in Sean Connery's accent. Spectre! See that man over there, Spectre! And I genuinely wanted to talk about it because it's the 4th one for Daniel Craig.
It's last.
Probably won't be. But the 4th one for Daniel Craig, it seems, it's been Casino Royale, 2007.
Yeah.
And it's been 7 years since his first. Now, let me just put it to you this way, people. It was 7 years the time span of when Brosnan did his first film to his last film, although he was Bond for another 3 years before Daniel Craig took over. And Mikey could be right, it could be his last one, we don't know. But
He's a local boy.
He's a local lad, for anyone who's listening and don't know about that. Yeah, he's from Heswall, which is not too far away from here.
Just say it's Heswall Whittle.
Yeah, it's on the Whittle, so he's ours, so,
Fuck off in there.
He's ours. Don't you dare try and take him off us. But, I'm looking
I'm
forward
being dead.
I'm looking forward to Spectre. I like the cast that they've got going. I mean, there's no one in the cast that I've seen so far that I'm like, I don't like the look at them. They're all fine by me. The Bond girls this year.
I must see this.
No. I haven't got any pictures, but just going to say Monica Bellucci, who's probably the most amazing looking 50-year-old woman you'll ever see in your life.
Never seen her.
She looks like she's in her 30s, let me put it to you that way. But, and the other big news relating to Spectre is finally the follow-up, the successor to the DB9. And we've been waiting for, well, it will be 10 years by the time it comes out, because the DB10 was launched alongside it. And Mikey's so been wrapped up about James Bond that I bet any money you haven't seen it, have you?
I have.
You have
Aston
seen
Martin put the thing up.
it. No,
New
good.
car for James Bond.
Bond. James
What's your name? James.
Bond. What's your name? You do like to appear to play dangerously, don't you? Name's Jeff. Yeah. But people, I'm so happy that the DB series is coming back because there's never been a bad Aston Martin DB ever. You go from the DB1 all the way up to the 9. There's never been a bad one.
DBS is one. That was a gorgeous car.
I don't really class that as part of the DB series, but
That
I use the numbers. I don't.
Yeah, fair enough. But I love that car. If I ever won the lottery, I'd buy a couple of Aston Martins. I'd have to have DB5.
Yeah. Even though there's only 1,000 of them in existence, so it'd be really.
I'd have to have one. Because I just want to go, oh, hello dear chap. The name's Keating. Michael Keating. And then change the name to the Michael Keating. 013.
And then it'd be Matty Morris. The name's Head. Dickhead. But I
was just selected weapon.
I really love the DB10. I think it looks like a cracking car. I can't fault the styling. I can't fault anything about it. Actually, it looks beautiful.
It's just engineering, mate.
Every single DB that's ever come out, from numbers wise, there's no such thing as a DB3, by the way, people. I don't care what you say, because it's known as the Mark III. So I'm a bit pushy about that. But it's what every single DB has just been absolutely beautiful. I love the DB1. The DB1's like a little coupe thing. It's like a little sort of like slant back sort of car, and it's a lovely thing. I did like the DB7, but it got better as it got older.
Hey, you didn't know this? Why Aston Martin's called Aston Martin?
Go on.
This? The Aston Hill car?
Mm-hmm.
The guy who won it. So people wouldn't get that far up, and he managed to go all the way up. And the driver of that car, the second name was Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool! I never knew this till a couple of years ago. It's one of the things that you just.
There's another little bit of trivia about
DPR.
About the DB8, why it never came to this. And do you know why it was never a DB8?
Yeah.
Because Aston Martin were worried that if they called the DB9 a DB8, then people would think it's going to be it. That is genuinely the main reason why they didn't.
That's a clever idea, though, to be fair.
But you know, I mean, that's an interesting thing, that, because everyone's like, "Oh, what happened to the DB8? Such as DB8." No, it's not. It's DB9. It could have been called a DB8, but it doesn't have a V8, so there's no point calling it that. But it made me think, with the fact that Spectre's coming out, and I'm really looking forward to Spectre actually, because you know I've loved Craig's films. I mean, Quantum of Solace, admittedly, I can see why people don't like it, but I loved it.
Out of all James Bond films.
Well, Quantum of Solace.
I think they grip you into. You know what I mean?
To get a hold of you and shake you, silly.
Yeah.
But it gave me a thought, and I was thinking about it. Like, do you know what? 2015 might be the year to film.
Mockingjay.
And I'm just going to take you through all the films that are coming out in 2015 because we're not going to get a chance to do this until next year. So, and when next year film that we'll no doubt be reviewing will be Taken Free because that comes out in January. So, you got Taken Free, and I'm just going to go through all the films that are right. Mordecai as well, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Mordecai, we watched it, Johnny Depp. That funny film.
Oh yeah,
that comes out in January.
Hilarious.
Also, the biggest films of the year, Shaun the Sheep comes out in February, so you can all shush.
Fast 7 comes out as well next year.
I'm going to go through it.
Oh, you go through that, sorry.
Even there's a SpongeBob's movie, which I'm not going to see, but I thought I'd mention it anyway because it is coming out.
I'm going. Me and Matty Morris are going.
One of Matty's favourite films, 50 Shades of Grey, is coming out.
No, so if you want to go to the cinema with Matty, there's a £50
We'll pay you £20 if you look after me.
Well, it's got Rita Ora in it, so, you know, for those who like Rita Ora, she's really good. The Kingsman comes out.
That looks really good.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2 comes out, and I love the first one, but I've got a dark feeling that I hope it's not like Horrible Bosses 2. It won't be as good as the first.
Horrible Bosses 2 is apparently fucking shit.
Chappie comes out, which is a funny little sci-fi comedy film.
Never heard of it. No.
No, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. Do you remember the Yes, Small. Bye, Mom. Love you. Yeah, for those that heard, my mum is going to a Peter Gabriel concert tonight, so nice for her. I wondered why she was getting up. That's not to say her personal hygiene is bad than anything, people. It's just she doesn't get back on a Sunday.
Jack, shut up.
Anyway, do you remember the Marigold Hotel?
No.
With all the old cast. Set in India. Marigold. It had like Judi Dench and stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
Well, the second one's coming out, and I loved the first one. I actually did like it, so I'm gonna watch that. Cinderella, they're bringing out from Walt Disney again.
For fuck's sake.
Mikey's favourite horror film, Paranormal Activity. And yep, that happened. Thanks, Mom. Okay, I'll get to it. Divergent, the second one's coming out. I will go and see it because.
Paranormal Activity's gone too far though. Sorry, it's just.
Well, apparently
1, 2,
the last Paranormal Activity that came out, the Mark ones, which was set in Mexico, was actually was supposed to be the best of the series, but it's not like the fifth one. It was sort of like a
prequel sort of thing.
I think it was a prequel. Yeah, it's supposed to be the best one of the lot because it's not like in America and it's not really directly related to the main storyline and stuff like that.
It's weird though, because I watched the first one, but I was like, okay, this is a bit confusing. Then I watched the second one, which is before. It's set before. It's like the prequel, yeah.
Oh god, the fourth one is.
I never liked the third one. It was just something.
Moving on to April. The film that Mikey's been mentioning a couple of times, Fast and Furious 7 comes out on the 3rd.
R.I.P. Paul Walker Sunshine. They're selling his GTR for 750 grand.
There's another sequel coming out next year as well, and I think it's on the 17th of April. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Yeah, just thought I'd put that in there. Have you seen the first one? I kind of liked the first one.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it because it was.
It's quite funny.
The comedy in itself was so stupid, and it just wasn't funny.
It was so stupid. It was good.
I genuinely didn't find it funny. I just enjoyed watching the film. I didn't find any of the humour funny, but I watched the trailer for the second one and it looks flipping awful. Then we've got May, big film, the first big blockbuster of the year, Ultron, Avengers.
Me, you, Matthew.
Mad Max comes out a couple of weeks after. Yes, Tom Hardy, get in. Pitch Perfect 2 comes out. I like Pitch Perfect.
I ain't fucking watching that.
Film about monster trucks, so you'll be seeing that.
What's it called?
Monster Trucks.
It's like a Disney film or something like that.
It's an animation, I know that much.
So you'll probably come along just as a laugh because it's animated.
Entourage, which is a comedy, and I've heard a little bit about it. Looks quite funny. Insidious, the 3rd chapter. If you like Insidious, just worth mentioning.
Oh no, fuck that! I'm not watching. I watched the second one. And it shit me up.
Jurassic World's coming out.
That looks good. I want to watch
it. Transporter Legacy comes out as well. I like the Transformer films. For the Mike's favourite film, and he'll probably be seeing it with Matty. Ted 2's coming out.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
To bring it. Yes! Where's my phone? Give it me.
See, this is why I don't trust him. There's a bit more than just that. There's Terminator Genesis, which comes out in July the 1st.
That looks alright. I'm watching that.
Oh, and then we've got to deal with this stupid film that Mikey flipping loves so much. Flipping Minion film.
Yes!
It did not need to make a prequel, I tell you what. I really hope this film ends up being a cash grab. Are you calling Matty? Are you seriously calling Matty? Don't make sure he doesn't hear this then while I'm going through it. Why are you telling me to shush? I've got to carry on.
Why?
Let's just wait for Mikey to do this.
Hello? You okay? Yeah,
So if you want a job on the S team, feel free to come and join us at Jack's house. So he's off his head, and I'm really scared about the future for, because I don't know, I can't actually live with this guy anymore, and he's going to kill me, and I'm really scared. People, please help me. This is an appeal. If you give me £4, I'll be able to kill him with a rusty spoon. Okay, it turns out Mikey and Matty's conversation about Ted's not going well. This is now live. This is now a live commentary. He looks so happy, but his hopes are being crushed. Please say he doesn't like this film. Please say he doesn't like this film. There's no point putting on speaker because it won't hear it. But it's. I will try and carry on with this in a minute, but I've got to try and
yeah, get high up everything basically.
But there are some really good films coming out after that, people.
Oh come on!
Yes! Get in there, Matty! I thought that'd have been Matty's sort of film, but turns out it isn't. Yeah. It's not a replay film. It's definitely. I don't think Ted's a replay film to watch. Whereas Mikey sitting there going, "I don't like you guys anymore." Anyway, I've got to try and get on with this now, Mike. So. Well, no, you're being kicked off the phone. Yeah. See you, Matty.
Fuck you, Matty. Yeah, but.
But
You just stabbed me in the back. You pussy. I'm all happy then. I'm like, oh, cool, mate. I didn't know Matty was a big fan of it.
Well, anyway, moving on quickly from the Minions. On the 17th, you've got Ant-Man. Boom! Marvel Studios, get in. Looking forward to that. Paul Rudd's going to be awesome. You got the Hugh Jackman version of Peter Pan, so I kind of want to see that.
Interesting.
It's a prequel sort of one.
Yeah, but still interesting.
What else have we got here? Poltergeist. Wow, Poltergeist is actually in the back of the I'm kidding. There's a film called Grimsby, so that'll be good. What else have we got? Oh, of course, the 20th Century Fox bloody stupid Fantastic Four. Now, if anyone remembers the first Fantastic Four films.
How shit was they?
I liked the first one, I didn't like the second one. I'll admit the first one was stupid, but I still liked it. But
I've got the first one and do the day of
this stupid thing they're going to be doing with the Fantastic Four, from what I've heard, is just ridiculous. But I'm going to try and move it on, because there's other stuff. There's a heist comedy film coming out called Masterminds. It's got your best friend Zach Galifianakis in it.
Yeah, I'll watch that one.
But what else have we got here? Sinister 2. Another.
Never heard of it.
Hitman's got a film at last.
Has he another one?
Hitman Agent 47.
Yeah,
being played by Rupert Friend, I think. Zachary Quinto's in it, and I like Zachary Quinto.
The thing is, Paul Walker was supposed to be Hitman.
That seems like his sort of thing, to be honest. No offense to Paul Walker and his family or anything, but Paul Walker was not the best actor of all time. He's good in the Fast and Furious films, but I've seen him in other stuff and he ain't
I thought he was quite good.
He suited the Fast and Furious films perfectly.
Like that sort of genre.
But that's his sort of thing. Then, one of my favourite films I'm looking forward to next year. The Maze Runner Scorch Trials, the second one out of 3 books. That's going to be awesome. Hotel Transylvania 2 comes out, which is actually one of Adam Sandler's good films, to be honest. It's cartoon animation, really good. There's Victor Frankenstein, which is a horror film. It's got Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy, so if you want to go and pull birds, go to see that. Mikey will be there. The Jungle Book, wow, okay. Didn't know just kind of trying to go through all the Last Witch Hunter. That's another one. It's got Vin Diesel. So just want to say that. Spectre. It's coming out on November the 6th. The Peanuts movie, which I'm really looking forward to.
The what?
The Peanuts is an old sort of TV animation show which came out in America, and they showed a couple of episodes over here, and I actually really loved watching it. So it's about a bunch of kids and a dog. Correction, it's about a kid and a dog. It's a really cool little film, and the TV series was awesome. So I'm kind of looking forward to the film.
Anyway.
And the Hunger Games, Mockingjay 2, which will be about 4 hours long, knowing Lionsgate, which I'm looking forward to a lot. What else have we got here? Of course, just before the end, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which
Me and Matty
the internet blew up about. I didn't even know this. Kung Fu Panda comes out. The third one. I kind of like the Kung Fu Panda films. I like them all.
Quite funny.
Yeah, they've all been good.
That fact's done good,
And next year, and it comes out for some reason, I don't know if it'll come out in Britain on Christmas Day, but Mission Impossible 5 is coming out. Now, for anyone who watched the fourth one, will understand that Mission Impossible 4 was amazing!
It's actually quite good. I watched it.
And that's pretty much it.
No,
Film
it's not.
that year.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You've missed one. So
What have I missed? What have I missed?
You ready for this?
Go on. The Mikey Keating story!
Yeah. Story of two lads from Behram.
No, it's not that film.
And their friend from Greasby.
Oh,
And their
it's
other
not
friend from Bromborough. The ST.
Yeah, we're not bringing out a film.
I can see it.
But,
Blackboard, boards in Hollywood. Watch the ST today.
see like one person just shows up for it, and that's about it.
That'll be
But,
me. Hey.
there is a lot of gaming news I'd like to talk about.
Well,
And I've
before
gotta
you
try
get
and
into the
get through.
gaming news, can I jump on my sport?
Go on. He never finds the right place to put his stories in. You have like a form, and then there's a space to put his
Go
in,
do
and
your
then he
fucking
never says it.
gaming news it is then, go on.
No, do it.
No,
We should have done it before, but do it now.
Yeah, I fucking told you before, but you didn't say anything, so I'll just go with the flow.
Mate.
To any of you ladies or gentlemen that are into the whole WWE fucking shit,
If you're about to say The Rock's coming back,
no,
that's what I think.
that's old news.
I know.
Like
Like 3 weeks ago.
fucking 6 months ago.
Oh.
Basically, to those who don't know, last night was UFC 181, right? And it came out that a last minute deal had been done between Phil CM Punk Brooks and between the UFC, and he will debut in 2015 in the Octagon under the UFC franchise. So he is no longer part of the WWE, which for those who don't know, the WWE is the World Wrestling Entertainment. Well, it used to be known.
You're really gonna explain what WWE is.
Or what it used to be.
WWF.
The World Wrestling Federation. The
Before
Attitude Era.
Mr. Panda came along and decided that cuddly polar bears need to be on WWF rather than WWE.
The Attitude. More damage was done. Jesus Christ. But yeah, basically he's going into the Ultimate Fighting Championship starting next year, guys. So that'll be a fight.
I've genuinely no idea who these people are.
I'll show you in a bit.
I don't want to know.
Okay, but yeah, your gaming news, Squire.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick mention. I know we spoke about it yesterday, but GTA getting banned is just the stupidest thing
That's
I've ever heard.
ridiculous.
It's just stupid. I can understand it in Australia because Australia are really tight on these types
And
of
New
things.
Zealand. Those
yeah,
type
well,
places, yeah.
I can understand the Oceania continents doing it because they're countries doing it, not continents. But I can understand them doing it because they're really sick. But Target is now, in America, is now trying to ban GTA. And I'm thinking, you're a bit late, aren't you? The game came out a year ago.
Year and a half. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, no, yeah.
30 million people bought it for last gen console.
Yeah, no one said fuck all there, did they?
No one did anything then, and now they're just like banning it because it's come out on next gen consoles. What? Because that's going to affect their sales. They'll just import it like they do. That's how stupid it is. It's like, yes, you've banned it from shops. Have you banned it from being imported? No. Well done, people. Well done.
Because they're targeting Australia. And
The only thing is they have to try and get it imported as a Region 2 disc, which is going to be quite hard for them. Because we're Region 2. There's a Region 1 disc for them. Because we're Region 2. Because Region 1 PS4 games can't play Region 2 PS4.
I don't understand it.
Okay, so, you know how you get DVD releases?
Mm.
It's split up into 3 regions. America and, like, that side of the world is Region 1.
The Americas.
Europe is Region 2, and then Asia and stuff like that is Region 3. Now, they all run, like, sort of different DVD code. So, they're not, if you get, let's say you got a Region 2 DVD player. So, you bought it from Tesco or something. You bought a DVD player. You put a Region 1 disc in it, it won't work. Because it reads code differently. That's genuinely what the regions are. And they've done that because that's how they're made. All 3 regions build their DVD players differently. They might all do the same thing. It's just the way they do.
Money's going fast.
No, it's always been the way. It's always been the way since. It's like that with.
Cars.
No.
You do realise why the Americans drive on the left side of the road instead of the right?
Yeah, I know, but we need to get through this. Now, those of you that may be aware, the PlayStation is 20 years old. It's older than me and you. It's not 20 years old in Europe yet, but it's 20 in Japan. Because of this, they did the PlayStation Experience, which is basically Sony making a ton of announcements. I just thought I'd go through them quite quickly because there's a couple of things.
There's also the
Bungie have decided to show off the first expansion pack, which you've got to start the row.
that comes out the 15th.
15.
So on the Monday.
Showed the Undying Mind Strike on Mars. Naughty Dog showed the first gameplay footage of Uncharted 4, which I'm kind of like. I've never owned it, but I've always wanted to own it, but I never bought it. And
I've been a big fan of Uncharted.
There's a game called Persona 5, which is coming to PS4 next year.
Yakuza 5 as well.
Yeah, that. Let's see how else we got. EA is offering free games on PlayStation this weekend. I don't know what they are, but I'll have a look at them.
Probably like the fucking games from like 14 years. FIFA 03, mate!
Yay! And there's a lot of things really. It's just like a lot of things. They're just showing like little stuff here. I mean, Street Fighter's coming back, which all that matters really. To be honest.
Oh,
Ultra Street Fighter 4 is coming to PS4. There's a couple of things, but one of the games that EA giving for free on the PS4 is Plants vs Zombies. Garden Warfare, so I might get that.
I think we'll get that.
I might get that, to be honest, because the other 2 games are Need to Be Most Wanted on the PS Vita and Mirror's Edge on the PS3. Bit gutted because I like Mirror's Edge and I might have to reboot my PS3 later so I can get that. Because I like Mirror's Edge.
I liked Most Wanted the last one. Not as much as the original, but...
Well, I'm just trying to load this. The only downside is with Amazon updating their stupid Kindle, they've made my Kindle now slower than it was rather than improving it like this.
So guys, if you want to get a proper tablet, you can also fetch any other available operating system at your local technology store.
The problem is with every other one is that loads of Android tablets have been updated this weekend and everyone's got the same problem. Everyone's got exactly the same
See what
problem.
Will said?
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, that's Android.
Oh, hey!
Everyone on iPad are going, ha 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 ha, and then what you realise...
Superior tablet,
and then what you realise is that iPad are for hipsters and those that have money. So if you want to be a rich bastard, then get yourself an iPad, because we don't give a toss in the
So if I got an iPad, you'd call me a hipster?
Yes. You got Beats!
A good set of headphones?
Now,
You really want this conversation on the podcast?
I'm going to move on. Because we've got one more thing I want to talk about before we go into a sort of review-ish about things.
Oh, God.
Project Cars, as we know, is sadly got delayed by Bandai Namco for good reasons. I mean, I want it now, but we were 3 weeks away from the release date, and now we've got to wait 3 months. But, to be fair, what they did was they gave the last few days, they've given us some events what they've done. So, they brought out a couple of new tracks, such as Donington Park they've brought up with. Snetterton they've managed to put on there, which has got the Superbike Championships and stuff like that on it. What else have we got? We've got a load of new cars as well in there that they've put in, but they've not released a list, it's just through photos and stuff like that. So you've got a couple of Ruffs in there, a couple of Le Mans LMP1 cars, BMW touring cars, Pagani, Zondas and Flyers are in there. Macan MP412C, Z4, trying to look, a couple of F1 cars, a couple of community created F1 cars as well. But, big addition that they've added, and it's not been done in a game on a console since GT5, I think? Yes, it's GT5. Is that you can now do the full 24-hour Le Mans. So, if you want to join us on that experience, I'm looking at Mikey thinking, I can't even do an hour, never mind 24.
Wow.
I really like that because, you know, GT have had the balls to do that, to do 24-hour. I swear, if you put that on my bed, I will flip and kick you in the nose. But
No, but that's the thing, it'll be like, we'll all have to share one console and take sleeping intervals. We'll have to get like a shit ton of chippy and like Domino's pizzas just to keep us going through the night. Me, you, Matt, oh mate. That's just a,
I think you know, I like to see game companies, like, especially Bandai Namco go, yeah, let's give the 24-hour a go, because GT, I think, is the only game that actually ever did it. I can't think of it, I don't think Forza ever did it.
couldn't.
No, they couldn't do it, could they?
Nope. It's who that is.
Because it's crap, mate! No, I don't know, go on.
Licensing?
You went to the Le Mans track though, didn't you?
No.
Right.
No, no, we did in the fourth one.
You
But it wasn't actually classed.
No. You did. You want to change that to you used to when you liked Forza. You're a PlayStation man now. Don't be saying these things. I do have my feet right here to kick you in the nose, child.
I won't be getting GT.
Well, they haven't announced
Because I'm saving up for my MG. For fuck's sake.
I'm saving up for me MG, even though GT7 won't come out till like 2016.
No, but that's the thing. I'll be like, if you say that now, I'll be like, nah, not getting the license till 2016 though. You know what I mean? And you're like, Mike, you're 20 what? You haven't got your license?
21! 21! But we're going to do our reviews, people. And this is admittedly a longer-ish podcast than I thought we were going to have, but I don't know.
Oh, quick one before you go on to the review. Have you seen what PlayStation are doing?
If you say about the 20-year special thing about turning the PS4 into the original colour, yes.
That was quite cool, wasn't it?
Except they put a bit of a metallic shine on it.
I like
It
that.
was nice. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have bought my bloody PS4 and I'd have waited for that one.
Yes, yeah. Well, hey ho,
But
Bob.
you can't buy them from retailers.
You have to buy it from Sony themselves.
No. Well, no, you got to buy it on online somewhere. I know Sony are selling a few of them, but they're not selling all of them. But Mikey was going to say about it. Was that what you were going to say? So we're going to go into our review. Now, I'm going to let Mikey do his GTA review first, because Mikey's going to do his GTA review first. So go on, Mike.
Where to
World's
start?
The world's your oyster.
But take that, mate, because I'm going to drop it in a sec. Where should I start?
Let's try this.
Quite sour, isn't
You were saying?
it? Where should I start?
I don't know.
That's the thing. You never know where to start with GTA? It's that good. I think it's being an Xbox player. When Jack said, "Oh, you might be able to transfer," I said, "Oh, I'll be good there." And I didn't have to do much.
With him used to being an Xbox player.
That's what I said.
Used to being an Xbox player.
With me, used to be an Xbox player. Have a bit of that. Yeah. A little bit.
You can give me your Kit Kat.
I give it. I give you a bit to my fucking.
Eat your GTA.
Okay. Well, give me a bit of that. I'll put
No.
the GTA. Okay. Well, after this,
No.
are you eating Tic Tacs?
Like 4.
More than 4.
Right.
I give you bonbons. I didn't have to give you.
Do review.
Okay. Okay. You want a fucking job at the ST? Give me a shout. I'm gonna fucking kill it. Cheeky shit in a minute. Right. But yeah, basically, I will be character over from the dark side back onto the light side. Oh my god, I have been annoyed so much by Jack Millington and Matty Morris for the past week and a half. No, I've had it for a week now, man. Yeah, I've had it for a week and 2 days now. Because I got them on the Friday, on Black Friday. I'm fucking out. Oh my god, every single fucking time. Mikey RK13 died. Mikey RK13 committed suicide. Mikey RK13 came 6th position. Mikey RK in 5th position. 4th position. 27th position. You can have people, up to 30 people in a lobby. To me, that is amazing. To PC...
Until he does the race, and
Yeah.
then he comes last.
Alright, I've never actually been
To
last.
be fair to Mikey, people, we did a race yesterday, and for the first time ever on PS4, Mikey won.
Second.
Race. No, first.
Second.
First.
Because I won in the Mustang.
No.
I did.
No.
Uh,
And for the first time ever, he won without cheating. And the reason why that was, people, was because he was getting caught for like the last 2 laps. And guess who was his wing support? Me, helping him out. And I still managed to come third.
Well, I think what made me laugh the most is someone actually bet $10,000 on that race, on that bank. But Matty kept pushed him to the side, and he left the race in the end. But he lost £10,000 for someone I didn't know how.
So, you're talking about GTA, what's your review?
There's no need in me giving a review. There's no need. The first person is amazing on it.
Even though you don't like it.
No, when you're walking around or you got the gun, you know, that sort of thing. Or if you're in a jet, you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously that's what they get used to. It does not when you know I hate driving and racing. Not driving, but just racing in first person. Yeah, what do? You set it as first person.
Only.
Only. So you and Matty off on your little travels. I'm there doing drifts and everything, like trying to keep on. I'm still on the first lap by the time you get to lap 2.
Yeah, you won that race in first person, though.
I didn't. This is third person I won. But I'll be honest with you, I love it. I'd say I give it a solid 10. I loved GTA 5 when it was on the Xbox. The annoying thing about it was the whole problem with, oh, your data has been corrupted. You have been taken back in this time. Data has been corrupted. You take, fuck's sake. I'll come round here and you won this PlayStation owners had. Xbox had 2 because they're fucking dickheads. And then look now, you can go on 1 disc straight away in. Sorted. Xbox probably had like 2 or 3 fucking discs. No Franklin's player on there, mate. Oh, gotta put Trevor on there. Oh, gotta put nothing else in there, mate.
So, can you give it a 10?
Yeah, I'll say 9.8 lowest.
I don't think you can really...
Fault it. Because it's fun. Like,
I mean, I gave it a 9.2. the reason why I didn't give it a 10 was because the hype's gone.
Yeah.
If the hype had still been there like it was last year, I'd have given it a 10, but because there's no hype, and the fact that, as much as I love the game, I do, I really do, I can't give it a 10. There's just some reason I just can't give it a 10. I'm waiting for something so perfect to come out that will be a 10. But I don't know if it'll ever happen.
I thought the
We're going to
crew.
move on to the crew, actually, because it's not... Well, I suppose you could give him a review now, to be honest. Because it's not like the storyline's going to surprise you. I mean, it's good. I mean, I love the storyline.
I've got.
At first, I thought it was a bit generic, like, oh, it's a revenge story.
I thought.
But then you get into it and you think,
This is a bit more
it's a
personal.
bit more than that. I kind of like it, to be honest. I know Matty's further ahead in the storyline than we are because he was behind us and he's been playing it for about 7 hours a day to make sure he goes over there to take us. Bear in mind, there's only a couple of levels in front of us.
Yeah, he's like
But-
30, like when he was 30.
21.
We were 21 when we got on. Well,
Now,
now.
me and you are 32 now.
Mm.
And he's 38, I think, I'm pretty
We'll
certain.
catch him. Like, he'll probably be on it now, so maybe
He'll
he'll
probably be on it.
44. Oh, get on.
I genuinely think that the Crew's a good game. It's a good, I mean, the handling model is
Amazing.
a bit bizarre to get used to.
I like how
And I think there's a bit of a dead zone in the steering somewhere, which I kind of don't like. I mean, when I'm driving, like, you turn, but with nothing happening sometimes. I know that's dead zone, but, and there's an option to change that, but I kind of don't really like that in there. I don't think it'd get, I mean, I know some cars back in the old days had a dead zone because you could just turn the wheel and it wouldn't move. But it is kind of annoying when you got some things like that. The other thing that I'd say with it, graphically wise, is that in the cities and stuff, it's all nice and done up.
But they're not big enough.
Admittedly, they're not big enough, but at the same time, I can understand why they're not big enough.
Understandably, because you
But-
don't fit the whole in there.
You gotta fit that
on one disc.
But when you get out into the forest and stuff, it's kind of the same thing, really.
True.
Well, yeah, because that's what's in a forest. Mate.
No,
But-
it's just like, if they're in lines, though. Do you know what I mean? They've not, like, moved bits.
No, they're not in lines. They're not in lines. They're just, you know, and I'd also, I don't know, I think it's because of the draw distances in the game that are just a bit off for me when I'm looking at it. I think that's what it is, really. I don't think
But
it's
it's still
too bad.
fun. But
It's still a good
it's
game.
annoying because Matty can connect to people from, like, France,
And
Spain.
Yugoslavia.
And, yeah,
You can travel through time and connect to people.
he could probably connect to fucking giraffe with that, yeah. Could connect to them and
Cool,
stuff.
cool.
But-
Ah, Mustang.
What is this? Scariest creature.
But
It's got a V8 for him.
I know a lot of people are having problems with the Crew connecting to Crews. We're
we're
not
one.
because we've got a good internet provider.
Imagine but there is others available in your
Yeah,
like,
there's a Virgin.
Eh.
And that's the only one you want.
talk.
I don't know, I mean,
Oh,
the only criticism I'd have of the game,
Just the connecting
no, there's not even that.
stories too. So. The,
No, because I've been playing the Crew for the last few days. I've been playing it for the last few days. I haven't
hasn't
finished
gripped
it.
you. It hasn't gripped me though.
I mean, that's gripped me.
No, it's gripped me like to like, oh, look at what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
But it hasn't gripped me to the fact I want to stay on it. Because I'll stay on it and I'll go, fuck it, I want to jump on Black Flag. You know, it's like,
to be fair, but Black Flag
Or
has had an
GTA.
amazing storyline.
or GTA.
And GTA
They've
is a lot of
got
fun.
that bring
You
back
can't really
factor.
compare the Crew to it as a story. You can't. Any game,
No.
racing game that's got a plot in it is
No.
not a plot.
No, I'm talking about what to do. Because if there's only like, two of us, it's like, yeah. It's fine. But when in the beta, we had me, you, and Matty. And even though we couldn't connect them, which we understood because it was a beta, the fact that it was the three of us, we were going from one side of America to the other. You know what I mean? And it was good, because we all had a good laugh about it. Then you expect a game.
Well, I expect to do that again with you two eventually.
Yeah, well, Matty.
So if you want to speak your one, Mikey's teaching in classes from next week. But genuinely,
Matty, get yourself a better connection, mate.
I do really love the game. The only criticism I'd have of it is that, and admittedly the DLCs are going to add this, but it needs more cars.
I don't like how like they've said on the website there's pictures like raid vehicles and this and that, and even in the trailer.
Yeah, this is what I don't get with Mikey, and it kind of annoys me a bit, is that you expect a load of cars to have every single spec.
No, not every single spec, but that sort of. Why release a picture of it?
Skyline to have a flipping
circuit
raid version.
Expect a circuit one, though, don't you?
There's no circuit one.
But you'd expect it, would you?
No.
Because it was.
No, I wouldn't actually. Because
I would.
Because no one uses the Skyline in competitions anymore.
No, but you say that they used to.
Used to.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Don't use
back when it was a nice little. Ooh, I'm young thing. Now it's old with its little supercar heaven, sitting there with its feet up. You know, that's what it does now. It's not like cars nowadays. I mean, no. I genuinely.
Shut the fuck up. Do not talk about.
No, did you? But I do love the game. I really do.
It's a good game.
It's the first game that I've bought since Destiny that hasn't had any problems. You know, I've not fell through the floor. I've not had lag or anything when I've been playing the crew. I mean, I've had a few.
Noticed that lag though.
I've had a few FPS drops, but
I've only played Unity
very briefly
for an hour.
Right.
I worked it out. I've only played Unity for an hour.
Yeah, but genuinely, I've had a few FPS drops, and you get that because it's a constantly online game.
Xbox game.
But I think, and I'm trying to track the reason why I've stolen a little bit here, people, is because I'm trying to give it a rating, and I'm gonna probably have to ask Mike first what he's gonna give it as a rating because I don't know yet, and the fact that Mikey's fallen asleep and my foot is perilously close to his head.
I'm falling asleep, I am. I'm concentrating.
So what are you going to pick it? What are you going to give it?
If it was in all working order.
Well, it is for us.
Like I said, if it was in fully working order, not his fault.
That
but
is Matty's internet.
Yeah, no, but do you mean if it was in full working order with the three of us? I'd say I'd give it a good 9.3. Because it's a really good solid game.
You give it a 9.3.
If it was a solid game.
But what are you going to give it actually?
If it had more cars and stuff, I'd say it'd scratch an 8.5.
I was thinking 8.5 myself.
Because think about the cars in it are good. But there needs to be more cars. And the whole
DLCs are bringing that.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if when you pre-order the game, you spend £5.
Yeah, when the mini actually went.
Yes, that'd be nice when it finally goes. Hello, mini. I might email Ubisoft themselves.
Well, to be fair, I mean, and we're not the only ones who've had this problem. People
I understand.
It, the mini code, once you redeem it, should download, but it's not downloaded at all. And a lot of people are having that same problem. Now, I'm sure Ubisoft will be able to fix that. But I've got to give a lot of kudos to Ivory Tower, because this is the first game they've ever made. And they've done a great job. I mean, Ubisoft, the only parts of the game...
Be fucking cool.
No. The only parts of the game that Ivory Tower didn't do are the connection and stuff like that, which is Ubisoft. That's all of Ubisoft that have made it go wrong. And all the online play and everything, that's from the Ubisoft side. So I've got to give credit to Ivory Tower to making sure that their part of the game actually works. And I think it's a cracking debut from, of all places, a French company to do a game as good as that.
Sorry.
It is a French company. Ivory Tower is a
French.
It is a French company.
Well, the game's going down to 2.3. There you go.
It is a French company, and they've done a really good job of it.
No, I'll give them these fucking due. They've done, if it wasn't for Ubisoft, and if they, do you know what I mean?
And
with the little problems.
Do you know what? Genuinely, people, this year could have been the year of gaming, but every game apart from the odd handful No, because that had problems.
No, but not as much as
GTA had problems when it launched as well on opening day. Sure, they fixed them, but it still had problems. Now,
what game did that from?
I know 2 games, but I'm not going to mention no because that came out last year.
No, remastered.
I heard that there was something wrong, but it was fixed straight away, so I don't know. But genuinely,
Every
people,
game?
no,
Can't
there's
you
2
say
games I'm
FIFA?
thinking of, but I'm going to wait until the awards ceremony comes out to talk about that. What's not, and because of all the problems that have happened this year with next-gen gaming, I have actually been able to create an award out of that. But you'll see what that is on the 28th. But that is the end of the podcast this week, people. If you want to follow Mikey on Twitter, you can follow him at Mikey Arcade. No, it's not. That's his bloody flipping PSN name. Mikey Keating XD. If you want to follow me on Twitter,
It's Jack D. I'm 53, man. You want to follow up then Mr. Morris? He's in Greasby somewhere. You can always find him in Tesco or
you
something
can
like
also
that.
follow Moggy at Lewis_Moggy.
Or just shout Louis McLachlan.
Like us on Facebook. Do us a favour, give us a...
Pose us a few questions. Just, I don't know, just, we want to answer a few
He
questions.
wants to answer questions. I'm going to wait until lots of people are watching this. Because
People do watch us.
Yes.
You know,
We haven't broken the 100 barrier yet.
still,
We need to
it's
break
quite a few people there.
80 people, not that much.
To me it is.
Not on YouTube, though. I mean, it's a lot to me, but
Yeah,
It's not on YouTube.
YouTube, us is us. That's the thing I want. You know what?
he wants 2 million viewers.
By Christmas, right? I want at least 2 questions.
Okay, people, so if you don't want to comment or anything, then feel free to not to do that.
No, but it'd be nice if someone just went,
The S-Team asked Mikey a question.
yeah.
Hey, Mikey, what are you doing tonight?
What's your, you know, even if it was that, what game you playing tonight? Oh, I'll probably go in that, and that. So, you know what I mean?
Well, anyway, people, thanks very much for listening, and
Bye!
we've been the S-Team.